All right, what's up, everybody? Today we're talking about 10 healthy tips for a healthy quarantine. I got Mike here with me. He's gonna be following along, writing down the 10 items on the board so you guys can follow around. I'm Michael Katz, owner of MadFit Southampton and the director of wellness at Carefree Living. Carefree Living is live with us right now. Mike is live checking out. Yeah, there he is,
What's up, guys?
and we're just going to go through. So put simply, uh, right now it's a tough time, everything that's going on, and we want to stay as healthy as possible. Everyone knows to practice good hygiene. Everyone knows that you should be washing your hands. But I'm going to go through, some regular healthy items that you could be doing in your everyday life that are just going to keep you healthier, keep you happier, and keep your immune system pumping. Okay. So the first things first, laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. So honestly, it relaxes your entire body. All right, it leaves your muscles relaxed, and it does boost your immune system. So this is something that can literally, make you healthier. All right, it sounds silly, but throw on some Netflix. I know a lot of people are saying, "Hey, you shouldn't be watching TV and stuff." Throw something on that's funny. Throw on some Tiger King, if that's if
There we
that's
go.
your jam. Whatever you like, throw something on because laughter, it literally, what it does is it decreases your stress and it kind of boosts some of your hormones and it helps you fight against disease. So what it does also, it helps protect your body against any, harmful pathogens. And it helps, your immune system work the way that it's supposed to operate. It also triggers the release of endorphins. All right, so endorphins, obviously very important. Keep you happier. If you're happier, you're healthier. So it also protects your heart and, burns a little extra calories too. Not much, but a little bit extra calories. But it really helps you be immune to disease as much as possible. So stay happy, keep laughing. That's tip number one. All right. Tip number two, all right, you're going to get some more sun. All right, so I know we're not supposed to be going out of our houses, and you have to do that as smartly as possible. But if you have a front porch, if you have a back deck, whatever kind of thing that you have in your house that you can get out there with maintaining that distance between people, go out there and get some vitamin D because vitamin D is extremely, extremely helpful in boosting your immune system. It'll boost your adaptive immune response, and it basically just helps those pathways like act a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Um, they say I think you should aim for around 60 to 70 um, is the vitamin D level that you should be really shooting for. But uh, getting enough sunshine is really crucial for your brain, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the brain in a little bit. But vitamin D is definitely going to help you, being susceptible to different infections. So definitely get some sun, get out there, even if it's just out there to read a book or just getting some fresh air. Getting outside. You don't want to be cooped up the entire time because we need to make sure we get our adequate levels of vitamin D. That kind of brings us right into, my next point. All right. So in addition to getting outside, increasing your endorphins, it also lowers your blood pressure, by the way, and your inflammation. So obviously inflammation is the enemy of disease. So number three, you want to challenge yourself mentally. All right. Use your brain. So use this time to do a project that you've been trying to do for a long time. Write a paper, learn a new skill, take a class. The brain's connection to the immune system is very strong. The brain actually is one of the major players in how the immune system responds. So it kind of tells your immune system what to do. So if your brain is like mush and you're just sitting there on the couch the entire day, not doing anything, just your brain's not going to be sharp. And they've done tons of studies like this. One in particular that was really stood out was for the elderly, and who is most effective in this time. It's their older adult population. So the older adult population could absolutely, really benefit from doing brain exercises, reading, doing some of those, activities where you're trying to pick those, pictures out, some of the stuff that's kind of surfacing on social media right now, where you got to find things, find 40 movies in this picture. Even if it's something silly like that, but using your brain, is definitely going to help, you stay, super, super healthy. All right. So challenging yourself mentally. All right. The next thing that I'm going to kind of talk about is your gut. So the gut is sometimes referred to as the second brain. So what you put in your body is obviously number one. So we're going to spend a lot of time on this particular section. And I have a list of immune boosting foods kind of in front of me. So, don't mind me that I'm actually going to read some of them off the sheet. But basically, like I said, the gut is referred to the second brain. And something that I found super interesting when I learned is actually 80% of your immune system is directly in your gut. So how healthy everything that's going on in your intestines and your stomach and everything in there is really going to make a huge impact about how well your body is able to, fight diseases. So healthy immune systems need good warriors, and we need to really replenish our body with, healthy nourishment, so that way it has the opportunity and the right fuel to fight these things. So I'm just going to list off a couple of micronutrients that are super helpful. But basically, if I would just put it down in a nutshell, you want vegetables, you want whole grains, you want fruits, and you want plant foods. All right. So some micronutrients that are super helpful: vitamin B6. All right. I'm going to list a couple of foods off now. So bananas, potatoes with the skin on, chicken. All right, and just so you guys know, I'm also going to be kind of posting a written version of this. So if you don't have paper and pencil in front of you and you want to write some of these down, you can check out, my profile later, and I'll have a link that you can access in the article directly. So that way you can have access to this information. So vitamin B6, I mentioned the chicken, bananas, potatoes with the skin. Vitamin C, obviously everybody knows about that one. So obviously, oranges, citrus fruit, sweet peppers, kiwi, broccoli, tomatoes are very, very high in vitamin C and help boost your immune system. And then we have vitamin E, all right, and that's really like seeds, nuts and seeds. So ones that are really high: sunflower seeds, almonds, cashews, peanuts. So vitamin E. All right, then we have magnesium. You want to use whole wheat. And once again, you also get magnesium from some of the things in the vitamin E category. So legumes, nuts, seeds. All right, and finally zinc. Everyone's familiar with, not only the vitamin C supplements out there, but there's also a bunch of zinc supplements out there to support healthy immune system. Everyone's already familiar with zinc being, very important for the immune system, but not everyone knows what foods to get them naturally and not just go get Zicam from the store. So some things that have the zinc in them: Alaskan king crab, dark meat turkey, beef shank, oysters. So those are some things that are high in zinc that you don't need to get a particular supplement for. Also, you're going to want to get as many antioxidants as possible. So some high antioxidant foods: artichoke, beans, beets, berries, dark chocolate, red cabbage, spinach. Usually if it's green, it's good. And let's see. So things to avoid. We talked about the things that you want to aim for, things that you want to avoid. You definitely want to avoid as many processed foods as possible. All right, they found that processed foods may weaken the ability of our body's white blood cell in the body to fight both bacteria and viruses. So I'll say that again. Processed foods have been found, all right, to reduce, all right, our body's ability and our white blood cells to fight against bacteria and viruses. So avoiding as many processed foods as you can is definitely important, as well as avoiding sugar, because sugar actually temporarily has negative effects on your immune system. So easy on the cookies. I know now it's a very easy time to be doing that snacking, but the best that you can do to kind of limit that, the better. All right, so that is number 4. All right, making sure that you're nourishing your body properly. All right, that's a really big one. All right, number 5. All right, so we talked about maybe relaxing on some of those vices a little bit, which are the sugars, the cookies and candies. We also want to limit alcohol and smoking. All right, so I know that if you're in Pennsylvania, anyway, I am. If you're in Pennsylvania, I know they're doing liquor delivery now. You can order it online, but ease up a little bit. All right, don't go overboard. Um, you want to make sure that you're, limiting that to some extent. All right, the recommendations of the National Institute of Health recommend 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men. So I know a lot of people are doing a little bit of elevated drinking in this time, but keep it a little bit under check, because they have found that you know, having too much is going to decrease your immune's reactivity. All right, so consuming alcohol in excess will deteriorate your immune system for sure. All right, so don't break the bank on that online ordering just yet. All right, so smoking, same thing. All right, everyone knows smoking has a lot of, health effects to your body, and I've seen smoking go down a little bit in recent years with vaping and everything like that, but avoiding smoking in this time and limiting that as much as possible. If you are a smoker, maybe just kind of tone it down a little bit for right now and until our crisis has averted. Okay, I'm going to use this opportunity to also bring up a smoking analogy that I read, and I wish I could cite the source so I could give them credit for it, but I cannot think of it off the top of my head right now. But what I read was when you're doing social distancing, not only should you stay at least 6 feet away from people, but you should also stay far enough away that if that person was smoking, that you wouldn't be able to smell it. So the thought process is that if you could smell something that's being exhaled from someone's mouth, then it actually gets into your nasal passages. So if someone's exhaling the virus, then in theory that could still enter your nasal passages. So using the analogy of the smoking, I think, is a very easy way to know how much space to give yourself from people. So if you are out and about and you just imagine that person in front of you smoking, and you say, oh, would I be able to smell him from there? Okay, well then I won't be able to actually inhale this virus. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I think that's kind of like a helpful tip, to give yourself enough, social distancing space. So yeah, keep that in mind. Speaking of smoking. All right, number 7. All right, staying adequately hydrated. All right, so hydration, that is the way that our body is able to carry, vitamins and minerals and different things throughout our body. So if you are getting that proper, vegetables and fruits and whole grains and all those vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that we talked about earlier, you want to make sure that's flowing properly throughout your body. So hydration is a really, really essential aspect of how our body does that. Hydration is, a critical role in every process in the body, including our immune system, because our immune system relies on the bloodstream, which is 90% water. So our immune system relies on our bloodstream, which is made up of 90% water. So it's important that us, who are, significantly made up of a lot of water, make sure that we keep enough water in there. So if you're doing a workout, you might need a little bit more water. So I always advocate for drinking a little bit before the workout, a little bit during the workout, a little bit after the workout. I actually have an article about hydration, exactly how much that you need. If you want to look that up, it's called Just Add Water, and you can take a look at that and learn a little bit more about hydration and how much, it is important in everything that we do. All right, one more thing I want to say about hydration is without proper hydration, our blood volume actually goes down, and reduced blood volume means that the transportations are not working very efficiently. So if you need all the things in your immune system to be transporting efficiently, they're not going to be transporting as efficiently without it. All right, so this is all simple stuff, and what I like about these 10 healthy tips for the quarantine is that these are healthy tips for any time. So yeah, the title is 10 healthy tips for the quarantine, but these are really just healthy tips that can help you pretty much at any point in your life. So staying hydrated, making sure you're limiting your alcohol and smoking, eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. Like if you just look back at the list, these are the, healthy things that can really help you no matter what you're doing and what you're doing. All right. So, all right, number 8, go to bed. All right. A lot of people are, staying up and trying to, binge all these shows, and just they get hooked. They're really locked into this Netflix zone right now. But you need to go to bed. Sleep debt really hinders our body to recover. That's how our body restores all of its functions, including the immune system. So sleep debt really can hinder our immune response. So try to get at minimum 7 to 9 hours. And I know you're thinking, no, I'm not going to get that. But really try to do that. Really try to like work backwards. If you're planning on getting up at a certain time, try to figure out, what time you would need to go to bed to accomplish that, and what time that you would need to start winding down to accomplish that. So working backwards from there, so that way you can really get the amount of rest that your body really needs, to reboot and to operate most efficiently. If our body's tired, everything's going to be tired. Everything's going to suffer. So, getting enough rest, super, super, super important. I already talked about, when we were talking about the things for your brain to keep your brain active. Our brain needs to recover too. So if we don't have a healthy brain, then we're not going to have a healthy immune system. So make sure that your mind is sharp by getting enough rest. All right, there's been plenty of studies to show how much, the immune system responds when people are deprived of enough sleep. All right. All right. Number 9, recover like a pro. So if you're getting in some good workouts, you make sure that you're recovering properly. You got to make sure that you're recovering properly. So one way to do that is stretches. One way is breathing. One way is meditation. But if you're doing some hard workouts, you're following these push-up challenges, you're doing all these, exercises. You tapped into, Mike's workout on Wednesday at 5:30, which was awesome, by the way. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already. But you're gonna need to recover. All right, so make sure that you're doing some stretches. A lot of times, when we're sitting down, we get a little tight in the front of our body. So I recommend extension stretches. So like things like the Cobra. You can actually check it out. I wrote an article too about that, about some things that kind of open you up. So definitely some extension stretches. I'll put some examples in the article that I post of the written version of this, so that way you can follow along. But extension stretches, breathing exercises, not only is it important for recovery, but obviously breathing and meditation helps reduce stress, and we all know how important the mental connection to the physical aspect of our body is. Okay. I think I might have skipped one.
Number 6, get your heart rate up.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So number 6, I skipped number 6.
We're going to call it number 9.
Getting your heart rate up. All right. So obviously that makes a lot of sense. I just talked about recovery, but I didn't talk about getting your heart rate up. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough exercise in this time. I know a lot of people are bummed out because their gyms are not open. And luckily we have, people that are posting some great workout, some great content online, like I just mentioned. Mike posted a great class. I just posted one yesterday. But everyone's doing an awesome job, with the content, getting out the workouts on there and the home workouts. If you do have somewhere to run, that's you're not going to be in contact with people, then, that's good too, to get outside, get some fresh air. They found that the more fresh air that you can get, the, higher, benefit that you're going to get, because then it goes back to number 1. You're also getting your vitamin D. You're also, getting, positivity. You're happy when you're outside, so your endorphins are higher. So if you can do something where you can run outside safely, then absolutely advocate doing that. All right. So we talked about circulation, when we talked about water. This is another way that you can really improve circulation in your body. All right. So, getting that heart rate up is going to improve the circulation of your blood, which allows your cells, that are specific to fending off viruses, get to where they need to go. So helps carry everything throughout your body that's necessary and helps improve your immune response. All right, so definitely some social distancing, cardio or strength training is definitely something that you want to be doing at this time. So that kind of goes without saying, but the more exercise that you can get, the better. Obviously, there's such a thing as overtraining. That's not what we're talking about here. But try and stay as active as you can, during this time. And then go right into those recovery tips that we just talked about. All right. All right. So for some more content, check out, Carefree Living. I think they are going live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for a workout. So boom, you can get number 6 accomplished tomorrow. All right. Last but not least, and this one's kind of a little bit out there, but I think I saved the best for last. The last one is just be kind to others. A lot of people don't realize, but there's actually a lot of research out there that shows how much of a positive attitude and kindness actually makes your body healthier. So they actually call this the Mother Teresa effect. And it was a Harvard University study that they did where volunteers watched a video of Mother Teresa carrying out acts of kindness. And then in the study, they actually took levels from all these volunteers watching the video, and they found that the immune system, or the people that watched the video, were higher than the people that did not watch the video. And they also found that when they redid the study again, that depending on how much of the video that they watched, the higher their immune response was. So the actual response was real, and they've done other studies, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool if you want to check it out. It is called the Mother Teresa effect, and being kind to others will boost your immune response. So I know it's a stressful time, and I see a lot of people on social media lashing out to other people. Just try to control yourself. We're all in this together. The kinder you can be, the more compassionate you can be, the more optimistic you can be. Honestly, the healthier your body's going to be, and the healthier that the people around you are going to be, because you're going to bring their spirits up, and it's going to be contagious. So once again, kindness is key. Be kindness to others, and you will elevate your immune response. I think it was about 50%. It was significant. It elevated for some time. So they actually found empathy had similar effects, not as strong as kindness, but they did an empathy study as well. So positive attitude can improve your immune system. So be kind to others. And I mentioned earlier that there was a study done with the elderly. They also did a positivity study with the elderly here. So once again, as far as affects the elderly even more, yes, we found out recently that it affects everybody, but the elderly is definitely a bit more susceptible, and it's a little bit more dangerous for them. So they did a study with the elderly, and they found out that the positivity aspect improved their health even more than the younger population. So super important. If you are an older adult and you're watching this video, be kind to those around you, be positive, be optimistic, everything's gonna work out really well. So as long as everyone stays together and follows as many of these 10 tips as possible. Obviously, we're not going to follow all of them every day, and sometimes they're going to be better than others. But the best that you can do to do these things. So let's run through just a quick conclusion here and just run down. All right, laughter, best medicine. All right, getting some sun, challenging yourself mentally, avoiding overconsumption of your vices like sweets, alcohol, and smoking. Get some social distancing cardio and getting your heart rate up. Staying properly hydrated, getting adequate rest, recovering properly, and being kind to those around you. So those would be my top 10 tips for a healthy quarantine. I hope those were helpful for you guys, and I hope you got some value from this. And be a lookout for some more content. Like I said, if you want a written version of this, I am going to be posting the link in my bio. So take a look at that. And hey, thank you guys so much for checking in. Really appreciate it. Stay safe.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Mike.